Dress up features, fillet. Fillet operations helps us to create smooth edges on the feature. Let's see on CATIA how to use fillet operation. So we have a block, all the edges are very sharp, and this is not recommended in the industry or real-time practice. It may harm the operator or the end users. That is the purpose we use the fillet and chamfer. Let's see what are the options inside the fillet. So we have edge fillet, face-to-face fillet, and right-tangent fillet. Let's see first what is edge fillet. Select the edge fillet, and we have the edge fillet definition, and let's arrange this. Okay, first we have to select object to fillet. In this case, we have to pick the sharp edges. If the edges are not sharp, we will not get the result. Now let's select any one edge, and in this case, the face is selected. The system allows or recognize the faces of the edges, and we can create the fillet. Let's preview. In this, the fillet radius is 5 mm. Let's okay, and we can see the edges are become smooth with the 5 mm radius. Now let's modify this fillet with the different values or the different edges. Double click on the fillet, we'll get the definition. Now I don't want to select the face, I want to change it to some of the edges. The system allows us to remove or add. We'll remove the face. We'll select the edges. I think I'll use the mouse so it will be easy to select the edges. And close it and preview. Okay, and let me change the radius value, and we'll change it to 10 mm. And now we'll see the difference. First, applying the fillet to the corners and to the edges. What is the difference? Let's say okay, and we'll create one more fillet. Select the fillet and pick the. So now this edge is tangent continue. So it selected. We have selected only one edge, but it's taken the all around because of the propagation mode. Since we have selected tangency, if we change this, we'll find the different result in the propagation. So let's keep the tangent propagation and preview. We could see the smooth corners. When we see the first fillet operation, it was sharp on the corners. It's always recommended first use the corners, then apply the fillet for the other edges. So the result will be fine and smooth. Let's see what are the other operations available in fillet. So we have a few more operations which is available in the fillet. Let's see these things in another example. Let's create a simple profile. Select the sketch. Select the sketch support. Let us draw a simple L profile. And let's make it vertical and exit. Let's apply pad. So we'll choose the thick option and select the profile. Let's make it 10. So click OK, and maybe we can go with mirror extent since the length is very small. Now let's use the option called keep edge in fillet. Let's see what is that keep edge means. Let's measure the length of this feature. So it is 64 and then we have 53. Let's make it uniform. Let's modify the sketch, double click on the sketch and we'll make it 25. 25, this is 10, 15 it will be. Let's modify this. Exit the workbench. And now we know that here the material is very limited or very small. We have just 15 mm. But in this area, we want to create a fillet greater than 15. Let's see what the system says. And we want to create a fillet on this edge and we'll change it 20. Preview. So the system cannot compute because theoretically the material is very less in this area. So what to do in this case, we can use the keep edge. I want to keep this edge and I want the result. So the system will compute the result considering limiting the edge from here and we can get the result. So this is keep edge in the fillet operation. Let's see the other options available in fillet. So now we have a limiting element. So what is this limiting element? Suppose if we don't want the fillet to be happen complete throughout the edge, if we want to stop it, we can use this limiting element. In this case, we can choose the plane as a limiting element and we can decide which side we want the fillet to be happen, which side we don't want to create the fillet. We can change the direction and we can get the result. This is all about limiting element. And let's see what is blend corner and what it happens. Click OK. Now when we want to create a corner where the three edges are joining and we want to smooth fillet, we can use blend corner, select the fillet and we can directly come here, use the blend corner option and we can pick the vertex of that particular corner. Let me use the mouse. So the values are higher, we'll reduce it. So here the radius is more, we'll change the radius to 5. And we can see the difference in the blend corner where it takes automatically all the intersecting edges and we'll get the result. This is all about edge fillet. Let's see other fillets available in the system. Now let's see face-to-face fillet. The prerequisite to use the face-to-face fillet is we have to use two adjacent faces to get the result. Now let's see, pull down this fillet and the second one is face-to-face fillet and let us rotate this or we can, yes, we can use this. Face to fillet is this face and the other one and the radius value is 5 is applied. Let's make it 10 and preview and the result will be smooth edges. This is almost similar to the edge fillet, but in this case we need two faces to get this face to face fillet. This is all about face to face fillet. Now let's see variable fillet. What is variable fillet? Along the selected edge, we can have different radius value. The system allows us to key the different radius value in the selected edge. Let's see how to use variable fillet. Pull down the fillet menu, and the last one is under the edge fillet we have the variable fillet. Select the edge fillet, and since this is the latest release, you could see the different fillet definition. This may not be available in the lower release. It's R18 or R20. We couldn't find all these options, and here we have variable fillet. Once you select this, we can get the different options. Now let's select the object to fillet. This is our edge. And by default the system recognizes two of the vertex of the edge, and it is default, it shows 5 or R5 is the default value. If you want to change, double click on this and change it to 15, and now the one edge is with 15 radius, the other edge is with 5. Let's see the result, and we could see the result something like this. If we want to add more radius values, we can create a points. In that points we can add different radius. Let's create points in the edge, and then we'll try to add some more radius value. Point, I will just select the point on curve and select the edge and just place it, and we'll create one more point. Select the edge and click OK. Now let's see how to add more points in variable fillet. Now we have added 2 more points, and we have pre-existing vertex of the edge. Now let's select the fillet, choose the variable fillet, and now let's pick the edge to be fillet, and by default we have both the vertices. And now we want to add the points. Here we can see the point option. Just select it, and here we can add. Select the points which we have created, and it's added, and we'll add the one more point. Now all the points, whichever is in the orange, it is selected. Now we can double click and change the radius value. Let's change one by one. Let's keep it 15 and 12, 8, and just preview. So we can control the radius by adding number of points, and we can get the desired shape whatever we wanted. This is all about variable fillet in fillet option. Now let's see what is face-to-face fillet. Now let's see tri-tangent fillet in fillet option. In this example, we have seen the decreasing value or increasing from one edge to another edge. Can we have various value? So it's a 15, 12 and 8. Can we have a random value? Let's check how the system responds. Now let it make this or we'll make it smaller, this 15. Let's make 10 and let it be 12, or we can increase this to 15, and let's see the result. System will take any given value. Only thing is it should be logically appropriate, and we can see the result. Since the radius is, the adjacent two radius values are too much different, and we could see the result something like this. This is all about our requirement, how we want to control the edge, and the system gives the flexibility to modify any radius value. This is all about variable fillet. Now let's see tri-tangent fillet. What is this tri-tangent fillet? When we have 3 faces which is adjacent to each other and we want to create a smooth edge, the tri-tangent fillet helps us. The prerequisite is we should have 3 edges or 3 faces should be continuous, and the result will be tangent to the opposite faces. Let's see. Let's select the fillet, pull down and tri-tangent, and here we have face to be fillet and limiting element and face to remove. What is that face to fillet? In this case, face to fillet is these two adjacent surfaces, opposite faces, and face to remove is top surface we want to remove. Let's see, these are the faces we want to create fillet. Just rotate and select the opposite side, and face to remove. We don't want to keep this face and we want to create the face fillet between these two faces, and we can see the result will be like this. This is all about tri-tangent fillet, and system will compute the radius based on the width of the feature, and we need not to calculate that. Let's see what is the length of this feature is 50 mm, and we measure this. The radius is 25. It's mean diametrically it's a 50. This is system calculates automatically. This is all about fillet in CATIA V5 dress up features. Thank you.